I'm out here working on my workbench again, and I ran across a problem that I figured was a big enough project to make a video out of. So here's my problem. Only because space is a premium in this garage, I really just want this to go under there. So even if I go the other way, you can see how far I would need to bring it down just to fit underneath the cabinet. So what I was thinking is, it's just a $50 cart I think I got from Harbor Freight. So I think I'm gonna modify it to where it only has one shelf at the bottom and then it has the top shelf, so I'm gonna bring it down lower and probably actually take the back panel and bring it back too. Either way, we're gonna make this fit underneath the workbench in this episode. So first things first, let's get this cart cleared. Another chain, use this. All right, now let's go ahead and clean that off a little bit. This is all that really needs to get stored on that bottom shelf. And it's just what came with the welder. You know, it's the book. I got the other cord for the
1.21 gigawatts.
Tips I bought, a box of wire so I know what I was using. And the original regulator I had before my kids lost this piece, and I had to spend another $80 to get another regulator when this one came with the welder. But yeah, this is just stuff that come with it. This will all fit down on the bottom shelf, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and put all this aside, and let's put the cart on the workbench and start tearing it apart. These were all pieces that were left over from building it originally. Go ahead and put them in a cup, and everything else we take apart, we'll leave right there. It also came with a couple brackets that were supposed to hold the hoses or whatever, and I never attached them. So we may use these too. Just fits. I think bringing this down to this distance, I want to bring it back as well. So I definitely can still bring this back. I might want to still leave something here. Was holding a battery there for funsies. But also I'll make it to where I can always put it back with a bottle on the back. Maybe when that monstrosity is empty and I take it back, they can exchange me for a smaller tank. I'm gonna go ahead to getting this apart. Kind of wish my smaller workbench wasn't covered in crap right now. It'd make this a lot easier. I got an extra metal shelf or something later. There. This fits. Perfect. Let's get this bottom half cleaned up before we keep going. Like it once, like again. Most of what I weld is really small anyways. So having this welder kind of stationary, but you'll see when I'm done how long the hoses are. It'll actually still come out pretty far, so I can still work on cars and stuff with it. But one thing I need to measure is how long this thing is. 27.5 inches. So this is the tray that the welder sits on, but I don't want necessarily on the edge because it's gonna have some stick out. Let me go measure how wide that welder is. It's about 21 inches. I'm giving a little bit for the controls in the front. And while we're at it, how tall is this mug? So those aren't removable. I'd say 15.5 inches tall. So now let's measure how much room we got underneath here. I would say we're probably just under 38 inches. And now we need to get the height up here. Hold on, this isn't, make sure that's free floating. See, about 3.5 in the front. Not quite 3.5 in the back. So with our notes, we're knowing the bench height, what was it? 37 inches max. And we need to count for 3.5 for the cart. That's for the wheels. The cart wheels, haha! And now the welders, another 15.5. So this will tell us how high we can make the doohickey. So you got 37 minus 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right? That's how big we need to make it. All right. This is the old shelf. How tall is it? We sit on, oh my gosh, it's 15 inches tall. It's almost like it was meant to be. Check this out. So this will give me the line on where that's gonna be. I'd say right about there, give or take a little. If I was to leave this intact and go ahead and bolt it up to here, this piece of metal right here, the fan for the welder is gonna get blocked right here. So I was kind of wanting to not cut this one up and using it for like an undershelf with my battery charger on top of it. Thought that'd be kind of cool. I might keep this one intact, even though I just made all those marks on it. And go back to the original, because I can still cut this down and still have a chain loop technically for a small bottle. I don't know if they have small bottles that short. Kind of cool. Or maybe I'll still like having the big bottle the way it is. I don't know. I've kind of gotten used to it. The garage was set up before. I didn't do a lot of welding yet, and that I want to change. So let me know what you think you would have done. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the back panel and reuse it and save this, because it's a nice box. It's in good shape. Maybe I sound weird for thinking so, but I think I'm gonna use this for another project. Before we do, I need the measurements off of this thing. Yep, the bottom was 10 inches. So it needs to be 11 inches, so I need to cut it at 12 inches and then bend an inch over for the bottom of the box. Memories. It's like flashbacks.
A few moments later.
Oh look, the paint is dry. Oh no! The new workbench! I call it officially broke in. Damn, I'm out of practice. Now switched over to the flap disc at 40 grit. Clean that up a little bit. When you're using a flap disc, or whenever you're using any kind of sanding products, if you put your pressure, hold on. One momento, por favor. There's a little pressure. Okay, so just like with buffing, you're gonna want to grind off the panel and not onto the panel. And what I mean by is onto the panel, when it spins that way, you're coming at the metal almost like the edge of a really dull razor blade, and it's going to eat up your flapper way faster, or it'll, like when you're buffing, it'll cause you to burn edges. What you want to do is grind off. You want this side of the grinder, see how it's going off the panel, not like this side's going on the panel. I can move this, can't I? Yeah. So now you can probably see even better. See, if you grind it like that, you're going on the panel. But if you go the other way and go off the panel, it'll last longer. Now sometimes, yes, you gotta do it both ways, but I'm just saying. Not perfect, it's not bad. We need to make a hole in the middle here. And then we need to cut it here. And I need to cut it over here. That way we can curl this in so we can bolt it to the floor. We gotta bolt this to the cart.
I mean, you probably didn't hear about it because I went under the name of Mike Honcho. I just wanted you to know that. You could hear me. It got into your brain somehow.
What happened to you, buddy? You fall over? Alright. Next battery. We're on our third battery already. I think there's something wrong with maybe a couple of my batteries. I'm faster with doing it this way for me. I'll come across here, measure, mark 6 inches, and I went over from here to here and mark 6 inches, and then I just split the difference. So now I need to drill the hole. That'll do. See, now I'll be able to bend that in, and I need to bend this down, and then we can bolt this down to the cart and start putting this thing together. Yeah, it's still kind of bowed out right here. It's not quite as nice as it could be. Put that right there. Oh yeah. I think for what it's used for, it's enough metal finishing. Well, that dries. I actually got some mail today. Check this out. I did stack them. Just wondering how this all fit. Totes. Bins. I mean, it's just a simple lid in the box, but this is exciting to me because I got several of them. Ooh, that is a pretty good strong handle. Which is good. Bingo. Plastic clips. Even for big old rubber baby buggy bumpers. You never know when you need something. So yeah, these should be able to sit side by side. Oh yeah. Another row here and another row here, so there's my 6 bins. Hey, It ain't perfect, but it'll work. Cause me, I'll just take, that's why I want a big workbench. But I did it like that so I could dump the bucket out, find what I need to scoop everything else and put it back in. Maybe someday I'll get little fancy bins and whatnot, but space is limited in the garage. And that's just quick, easy, and dirty. Yep, back to our regular scheduled programming. You enjoying what you see from there? You don't want to look at me, you just want to see what I'm doing. There, what I did was I pulled it up toward this edge was even all the way across. I'm gonna tighten these two first, then we're gonna set it up and tighten the other side. There, hold yourself up for a second. We were saying 15 welder on there, somewhere around there. Man, I don't know. So sticking with my original idea, bingo. Perfect. Now this is what's going to hold it and keep it from tippy-toeing again. Plus the supports in the front. How do I want to set this up? I could just do that. Keep it damn simple. Have to cut it flush because you got to be able to open the door. But I can leave the other one long and still be able to hook the thing on the side there. Each might work. Just real quick, just for funsies. I like funsies. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Well, I definitely got it lowered. I ended up with that much extra space in the front. Unless we need to bring this up like that. I like what I'm seeing. Well, I say we add them 2 legs and call this project done. All right. Dang, right there. A little more. There you go. I like that better. So this one stays long. We cut the other. Shortening this leg because if we don't, I won't be able to put new wire in it. That's important. Okay. We should be down to just drilling a couple of holes, bolting it together, and we're done in one video. Almost running out of disc, so I'm gonna put these brackets on real quick. See these brackets? I'm just gonna. Congratulations, everybody! This is the first project we've completed in one video. I'll take my successes when I could get them. Well, what do you think about it? Look, it's under the bench. Sort of. Look at my new containers. Are you afraid to modify? Help